Hey, Nikki Duffy here. So one of the least talked about tools in personal development is the gift of space. Now, this is a really easy gift to be, and it's a really easy tool to use. It's one that that I find like really easy and quick to use, even in a really stressful situation when using personal development tools in a stressful situation can be so helpful. And often, when we're in that stressful situation, traumatic situation, whatever it is, sorry, I hope the wind's not too disturbing for the sound. Yeah, so when we're in that stress, all the stuff we know, all the good stuff, all the tools we have can often just like go from our minds because we're just so in that stress. And this is one of the few that I find really easy to remember to use, easy to remember to be. And it's so simple. And sometimes it's so simple that people think they don't get it. You do get it. And it's so simple, so easy to do. And it can be such a gift, such a powerful way of changing a situation, diffusing an argument maybe, changing a stressful situation so that gives you enough breathing space, thinking space, space to to choose something different or come up with a solution or choose a response that will work for you. So the gift of space, how do you use it? All you do is you just allow yourself to be space. So when you say be space, and I'm holding the phone with one hand, and so I've only got one hand, so it's just literally be space. Allow energetic space. So if you're like, well, I can't do that, you're weird, you're freaky, I have no idea what you're talking about. So just the opposite of that is contraction and restriction. So when you hear a loud bang or something, it's like, oh, you contract, you restrict. When you hear an argument, like one of my clients at the moment, she's really triggering her stress responses because her neighbours are really arguing a lot, and so when she hears them arguing and banging about next door, she's like, oh God, and goes into like restriction. So space is the opposite of that. And you can especially if you're not sure you get it, and when you're first learning, you can like physically open up and give yourself space. If you're sitting down, just sit up and open out your chest. And literally, if you physically can, if you're not like on a crowded tube or something like that, just allow yourself to physically open up, be space. And then you'll get more and more of a sense of what that is for you. And really, it's that simple that you can just ask space, and you become more space. And you can allow yourself to be so much more space like that goes up into the sky, goes down into the earth, goes like beyond, and with that you're connecting. And you don't have to be like consciously aware and like set the intention or anything like that, but just being that space, you are engaging with the space of the earth. You're engaging with the space of the air and the expansiveness that is available to you. So that's how you be space. And when is being space useful? So it's useful in so many ways. When you feel like you've got a problem and you just don't know what to do, and it's going round and round and round in your head, and you're like, no. Be space. And you can allow yourself to breathe as well. And or like if somebody else, so say there was an example of a really distressed child on a bus recently, a confined space of a bus, and the child was getting more and more distressed, getting louder and more, and it was upsetting all the people around the child. And the child, the more, you know, it was one of those aggravation builds aggravation, and upset adds upset kind of situations. And that's the kind of situation where, when you can be space, and when you can be space for yourself, then you're inviting others to be space as well. It's creating more space for others. So your being space gives that child more space, and it allows a different possibility. Maybe it won't change things the way you would like them to, or as quickly as you would like them to, or in the way that you expected it to. And what else is possible? It's something that you could play with. I'd love to hear. Put in the comments times you played with space, and you know, what changed, what happened. It's great when you feel like you're being attacked physically, verbally, or anything like that. Be space. Be space. And because it's the opposite of what the jerk response is to, because, you know, if you're being attacked verbally, then you go into restriction, and so when you're space, it's like you're not providing them with any friction to build their attack on, and yeah, and it's easier for you. So I would love to hear your comments in the comments. You know, or you can ask me situations like, would this work in this situation? Play with it, try it, and if you've got any specifics, I'd love to respond to them. So the gift of space, and giving yourself space as well, giving yourself space to come up with can give you the space to come up with solutions that maybe you wouldn't have had before when you're in constricted, like, oh God, I must find the answer. Give yourself the space to just allow the solution to come to you. Yeah, so that's what I wanted to talk about, the gift of space, and what a contribution it can be with you at home, at work, in any situation. And I'd love you to let me know in your comments how and when you've used it. Mwah. Bye for now.